Hey, Bill here with Chacote Outdoor Recreation. Yeah, today I want to talk to you about fire safes, portable fire safes. These are the kind that you can move from room to room, or you can move, if you move your home or your apartment, you can take them with you. Even if you go on vacation, they're a great thing. I mean, what's to say your hotel is not going to burn down? And so what kind of things would you keep in here? Well, your identification and photos, that's true, but, you know, pill bottle labels, your genealogical info for your kids. If your kids make it back home and your house is burnt down, they're going to want to know. And if you're gone, they're going to want to know who their grandparents were, and little things like, you know, their race, their religious background. That's going to mean something to them. Blood types for every member of your family. If you don't have that recorded and don't know it, that's something you would put in here. Grave plot deeds, educational certificates, your resumes, in case you have to get back to work. Extra eyeglasses. This is a great place to keep an extra pair of eyeglasses. Bad enough that your home burnt down, you lost your shelter, but not being able to see would be pretty rough. Copies of your will, emergency important phone numbers and addresses. You know, a lot of you guys have that stuff on your phone now, and when the phone is burnt up or gone, you're gonna wish you wrote those numbers down somewhere. A non-government censored Bible, and that's going to be really something you want to hang on to and safeguard for your family. In the future, if you want to see if a Bible's been censored by the government, go to the book of Leviticus and look for 2013. If that's not in there, then you have a government-censored Bible. And, well, that's not something I would want. I want the full thing. So let me take you around, show you how these things look and work, okay? Stick with me. This is going to get interesting. Okay, so here's the three basic types that you have. You have the file, the full safe, and the mini portable. And they all have a half an hour fire rating, but remember that's at 1500 or 1550 degrees, and the average house fire is 1220, so it's a pretty good fire rating. I'm going to take you inside them so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like, and then I'm going to show you how they work. So let's get up close on these. So here's the file size cabinet right here, and you can see you open that up and it holds your files nice and neat, and you can really store some files in that thing. It does a good job. That's not a bad one. Then there's a little one, and these are pretty common. You see these all over, and these are really not expensive, but they do the job for you. I mean, they get it done. And then you got the Grande here, okay? And these are pretty good, these big ones like this. They have locking bolt lugs on the side. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a little bit more security-wise as far as the three goes. The other two, you know, they're fire safety, man. They're not meant to protect your goods against theft. Never get that idea just because you see a key and a lock. I'm going to explain to you what that's about. See this little one here? See how there's that little keyhole, and you think, oh well, you know, it's a safe. Listen, this is super easy to break into. The reason behind that is because this is a two-part dealie, okay? I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a little rim in here, okay? There's a little edge up on the top there, okay? And what you have here basically is you have fire brick covered in plastic. So when you recover this from a fire, all this plastic, the handle, all that's going to be burned off, and you're going to have a big fire brick, and it's pretty easy to break that apart. And then in the middle of that, you're going to have a plastic case that actually contains your unburned material, and that's what you end up with. I can't tell you what happens with the big file safe when it burns, but because I've never seen one burn. But these I have done a little experimenting with, and what it is, it's a whole big fire brick. Now, when you're storing these, you never want to store it off center. It always has to be flat, because the weight of the fire brick on top has to compress on the fire brick on the bottom for it to properly seal at this line right here. It's a weight thing. As the plastic burns off the top of the fire brick, it goes into the lower fire brick, and that's what protects your goods. So that's how they work. So if you stack it oddly, you know, on its side or whatever, it's not going to work. And you want to strategically place this in your home, somewhere preferably with a lot of concrete, where, you know, it's going to get less fire exposure. But these things have held up pretty good. They've pulled these things out of some nasty fires, and they've certainly got the job done. Well, anyway, I hope that gave you some food for thought about, you know, protecting your important documents and medications, and, you know, a host of other things. You know, we all have different things in our lives that are important to us that we wouldn't want to lose in a fire. And we all have different homes and different ways of storing things, and everyone has their own method. But I hope this gave you some food for thought. Until the next time I see you, this is Bill with Chacote Outdoor Recreation. You stay safe, you stay warm, you stay free.